Hey guys, last night I had the privilege of joining Soul Sessions and having a little bit of an interview with them, and such cool musos on there. It was good to chat with Andrew Robinson. I used to work with him a few years ago in Hillcrest back in 2012, 2013 and 2014 I think, and it was so cool. But I realized I waffled a lot and I love telling stories, but I go on one topic too much and then I didn't really have enough time. So sorry Jesus, because the topic was almost the sacred ordinary, finding God in the ordinary things of life. And I didn't really talk much about that. I spoke about the book I did, and I spoke about the church putting up the Christmas lights, which would be kind of cool, Christmas star. You can hear the church bell in the background, pretty awesome. But anyway, I had a few other notes that I jotted, and I really wanted to share that because I just thought it was needed. It is needed, and I don't want it to be missed. And I wanted to just mention it to you. So the topic last night was the sacred ordinary. Finding God in everyday life, almost everyday spirituality, if you will. And I'm no expert. I'm still learning, but I know that I'm mindful of learning every day. I want to try and do it better. There's many Christian aspects, many things of the Christian life that you want to try, but this is one thing. I don't believe God is this distant, far away God, but God is this really near God, close to us. And so I wanted to talk about that and a few things, and there are an array of thoughts that I've jotted down this little page. That's why I keep looking down here. And first of all, one of the verses, and this is funny, there's lots of verses I like and I always say this is my favorite verse, and I have loads of favorite verses. But there's 3 or 4 that I keep coming back to, and for me that's also a good lesson there. Just keep faith simple. We don't need to overcomplicate it. So I have these verses that circulate in my heart and my mind and my actions. And so the first one is Psalm 118 verses 24. This is the day that the Lord has made. I'll rejoice and be glad in it. This day that we're living in, this day we're waking up, it's another day to rejoice. Every single day we have something to be grateful for. And so a simple practice is start either in the morning or end of the day. What 2 things are you thankful for? That's a practice I hope makes every day amazing, and every day. I'm not saying that days aren't difficult, but it just puts things in perspective when you start with gratitude or end with gratitude, or just constantly grateful for things. And they don't have to be massive things. They can be small things as simple as the cup of coffee in your hand at the start of the day. Then I like Psalm 24 verses 1. The earth is the Lord's and everything in it. I love it. We're visitors on this planet, and we get to experience life with God. And God's put different flowers here, birds chirping every day, every single day. The sunset's different, and even days when in England when we don't see the sun, it's just God at different seasons. God is in it all. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. And then Acts 17:28 is another verse that I like. For in Him we live and move and have our being. I like that we can have this rhythm with God. We can be in this movement and this rhythm with God. So yeah, I kind of like that. Just God is not far away, but He's here. We breathe Him in. Our walking, our actions, our steps, our thoughts are all based in Him. And so that makes, for me, I don't know, just every day I'm trying to be mindful of the things I say, the things I think, my actions, my posture to the world, the posture to other people. And then I also think sometimes I have a little saying to myself, live more, think less, because we can get into our heads, and then we get in our heads and stay there, and it's like a dark place, and I don't really always want to do that. And then I wanted to mention to Andrew last night, I forgot, something he said to me in his office a few years ago. Daryl, you need to live from your head a bit more than just your heart. And that stayed with me, that advice. We live between our head and our heart, but we've got to balance it. And I just, kind of thought that's cool, because you might not always feel stuff. You might not always feel it, and it's okay not to feel it. But in your head, you got to do it. You got to keep cracking on. And one good example, I guess, from 2020 in my own life was I was practicing for a marathon. I wanted to run a marathon this year, and I had to run 3 times a week. And I wasn't always keen to run, especially on the colder days or the days when it was raining. But I did it. I got up and I didn't feel it, but I knew in my head, I have to do this. I have to do this, with the discipline of it. And I just got up and did it, and it was cool. And then with, I don't know, my experience, one of the questions you asked me was the experience of lockdown and this thing, and as I mentioned about the running, I mentioned about writing, but also just I thought in everyday stuff, every moment had a lot more weight, which I liked. So simple eating breakfast in the morning, a bowl of cereal, or having a cup of coffee, that moment was weightier, or in having a quiet time in the morning, reading some scripture or Bible plan, or even just reading my book, reading a book that I was reading at the time, there was more weight in it. I didn't rush in it, like a good quick 2-minute prayer, 2-minute coffee, drink, chow down the cereal. No, like everything was slowed down, and I think that's what I liked a lot about the lockdown experience. Was there was a weightier moment. So even Charlie, my housemate, he and I would sit and have dinner together in the evening, and they would talk about our days, and it was just, things weren't so rushed, and you're kind of more present in each moment. So I kind of like that. And then sacred ordinary, I guess I want to say, I love this. Where was this quote? I think at Albert Einstein. I'm going to probably put these quotes below this video, but Albert Einstein said, there's 2 ways to live: as if nothing's a miracle, or to live as everything is miraculous. And I kind of like that. A lot of people can say, oh, it's just coincidence, or we can say it's God incidence. I like it. Give God more credit. Just put God in your day. See him in every part, in your household, walking down the street, riding your bicycle, driving your car. God is in all those situations, but we put him there. We also practice to put him there. And I also think, this is another thing I want to say, I think 90% of our lives probably begin from our thoughts. And that's another verse. Philippians 4 verses 8 says, whatever's true, whatever's lovely, whatever's pure, whatever's noble, whatever's excellent, whatever's praiseworthy, think about such things. I love that. I thought there's so much you can go, so many things you can think about, but in so many different directions. You can think about so many dark things, negative things, but that's not going to help. And so 90% of our lives start from what we think. So think about the things that are true, the things that are positive, the things that are pure, things that are hopeful. Think about those things, because, I don't know, just life is so much better in that place. Your choice. You want to live in dark thoughts and dark world, or you want to live in a positive light world? I would choose that all the time. So, and also, I guess with divine presence on a daily basis, sacred, ordinary, I want to say I like to, and I don't know where it came from. I'm really thankful that it's in me, and I thank you, Jesus. I think maybe my parents did it. I don't know who gave it to me, but this living, everything is wonderful. We can wonder filled. Everything is wonder filled. So just be fascinated by things. Don't lose the wonder. Don't lose the fascination of a little ladybug, or a pretty little flower, or leaves falling in autumn. This ancient building that I'm sitting beside. Just don't get too familiar with everything. Be still inspired and filled with wonder. And again, I will say, disclaimer, massive disclaimer, I don't have it all together. I'm still figuring it all out. But yeah. And then I want to end with another quote. Probably end. I think going around this page, I think I've done it all. All my little notes that I wanted to share. There's a C.S. Lewis quote, which I don't know when I discovered it, but it's quite cool. It goes, I believe in Christianity as I believe that the sun has risen, not only because I see it, but because by it I see everything else. I like it. I like it a lot. So I believe in Christianity because it gives me a different perspective. I see the world differently. Yeah. And then I have this saying that my friend Darren and we came up with many years ago. You have to John Mayer the moment. So look up a song called 3x5 by John Mayer. Look up the lyrics, and kind of the song is talking about living this side of the camera. And yes, I know if anyone follows me on Instagram, I totally love posting. It's so funny. But I do like to still be present in moments and live, like not have to capture everything. Although I do capture a lot, so this sounds very hypocritical. Apologies. But the point, sometimes just John May the moment, so just be in it. So in saying that, be in the moment. So yeah, capture a photo and put your phone away, but be present. So be present in the conversations you have with people. Be present in when you're walking down a road. This is the imagery now in fall or going autumn, whatever, going into winter. When you walk down a road and there's just the leaves, just be like present. Your feet are kicking the leaves, or you see leaves falling down. And now, be present with a cup of coffee. Sit there and really be present. And yeah, so those are a few things that keep me going. And then I guess one of my things, learning God in the ordinary, or connecting with God in the ordinary, is working out the languages that He speaks to me in, or I feel connected to Him. And I guess one would be being out in nature. Constantly feel connected to God in nature. Like I live in this created world. I can't believe that I get to be part of it. And God does exist. I see it. I see it out here. And then in lyrics. And so recently, Alanis Morissette, look up Alanis Morissette, has a song called Ablaze. And her lyric to it is just singing to her children. And she was saying, "It's my mission to keep the light in your eyes ablaze." I really like that. It just stayed with me a lot. Keep the light in your eyes ablaze. Keep amazed. And God is everywhere. What you look for, you will find. Thank you, guys. Thanks for tuning in.